Major story this afternoon. The White House is telling public schools in Central Florida and across the country to allow transgender students to use bathrooms that match their current gender identity instead of the gender identity of their birth.
Everyone's had an opinion on this, including local Congressman Alan Grayson, who supports the idea.
People who self-identify as women, people who look like women, people who act like women, they somehow are being driven into the men's room. What's wrong with you? That doesn't make any sense at all.
We reached out to local school districts to see how they're handling this issue. The Orange County School District said President Obama's directives does not change any of its current policies, which treat transgender students similar to special needs students, granting them access to individual restrooms. Officials in Seminole County are still reviewing the White House guidelines. President Obama's letter does not carry the force of law, but as ABC's Brandy Hitt reports, the message was clear: fall in line or face loss of federal funding.
From Fannin County, Georgia,
I will stay at home every day and homeschool,
to Fort Worth, Texas.
Democracy.
Anger and frustration as parents pack school district meetings over whether transgender students should be allowed to use public school bathrooms and locker rooms of the gender they identify with.
Transgender students are our neighbors, and they are all of our children.
And for the students themselves, they say the bullying has become outrageous.
I was beaten up.
I started skipping school because I didn't feel safe in school.
Now the Obama administration says at the request of school districts, it's issuing what it calls a letter of guidance, detailing how schools can ensure transgender students' legal civil rights, suggesting schools provide access to an alternative restroom, adding curtains could easily be put up in locker rooms.
It's not an enforcement action. It does not add a requirement to the applicable law.
But critics see it as an ultimatum that if they don't comply, federal school dollars may be withheld.
Brandy Hitt, ABC News, Los Angeles.
We've also told you the Marion County School District recently voted to require students to use a restroom that matches their sex at birth. School district officials just told us President Obama's directive won't change the school board's mind, even though they know there might be some possible litigation from that decision. We'll have reactions from other local school districts starting at 5. The gun group auctioning off the